Captain James Cook helped define Alaska in the 18th century by mapping its jagged coastline for the first time. Since 1964, the Hotel Captain Cook has defined luxury in Alaska by offering a level of elegance and comfort unparalleled across the state. The legendary sea captain and the hotel that bears his name share two great qualities: a love of nature and an indomitable Alaskan spirit. Captain James Cook was a British explorer and cartographer whose three major voyages took him around the southern tips of Africa and South America to Easter Island, and on his final voyage along Alaska's majestic coastline. On these voyages, he and his crew documented the people, animals, and flora and fauna that many had never seen before. In June of 1778, while looking for a northern passage to the Hudson Bay, Cook and his crew on the HMS Resolution dropped anchor in Turnagain Arm, within sight of the spot where Hotel Captain Cook stands today. Walter J. Hickel, a Kansas native who arrived in Alaska in 1940 at the age of 20 with only 37 cents to his name, was a lifelong Alaskan entrepreneur, hotelier, author, and served twice as Alaska's governor. His first governorship was as a Republican from 1966 to 1969. He left office to become Secretary of the Interior under President Richard Nixon and served from 1969 to 1970. His second tenure as governor from 1990 to 1994 was as a member of the Alaskan Independence Party. Hickel was a real estate developer, building and operating hotels, business, and shopping centers for decades in Alaska. In 1964, an earthquake leveled much of downtown Anchorage, and many were hesitant to rebuild. Never one to think small, Hickel reacted to the earthquake by pledging to build Alaska's biggest and best hotel in devastated downtown Anchorage. Hotel Captain Cook was named for the intrepid British explorer who helped define Alaska in the 18th century. The first tower of the hotel opened in 1965, and the second and third followed in 1972 and 78. Today, the 546 guest-room hotel plays host to dignitaries, celebrities, and people from all walks who love the grandeur of Alaska. This fantastic historic hotel has also been a member of Historic Hotels of America since 2016. The first voyage, 26th of August, 1768, through 13th of July, 1771, leaving the harbor at Whitby, England, His Majesty's cat-built Whitby bark, the Endeavour. The third voyage, 12th July, 1776, through 4th of October, 1780, the Resolution and the Discovery anchored in Nootka Sound, Vancouver Island, Canada. Imagine if you were already living here, indigenous peoples, and this thing showed up. You never seen anything like that in your life? Man, I can't even imagine. The third voyage, 12 July 1776, 4th October 1780, an offering before Captain Cook in the Sandwich Islands. Still on the third voyage, the Resolution beating through the ice with a discovery in the most imminent danger in the distance. Still on the third voyage, a view of Snug Corner Cove, Prince William Sound, Alaska. And finally, the death of Captain Cook, 14th of February, 1779, at Kealakekua Bay, Hawaii. I know I murdered that pronunciation. as I was saying before, these ships and these men pull up to a place you've lived for countless generations. The outcome was inevitable. At least the initial outcome. And I guess subsequently the final outcome too was inevitable. Whoa, a twofer, that never happens. And of course, we're going up on tower number 2 to the 17th floor. My room is on the 17th floor, also known as the captain's deck. So instead of referring to the floor by number, it's kind of confusing when they check you in, they tell you you're in CD and then a number, which means captain's deck. But look at this view. Oh, there it is, Mr. Grenner. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Taking a tour of the hotel.
Nice.
I don't know if you've been to the lower lobby at all.
I have. Once.
Did you walk through there and they have like a pictorial history kind of Captain Cook? We just took that tour. It was pretty nice.
Excellent.
Yeah. This is my room here, the captain's deck, and a junior suite, as it were. Not the worst view, but I have to say, not the best view either. But you know who does have the best view? My good friend Josh, right across the hall from me.
Oh, he does.
Let's see if he's home. Oh, perfect timing. We were just coming over to steal your view.
Yeah, I was just holding on to the last minute.
Now this is the money view over here. Look at that. You can see the sleeping lady off in the distance there. The airport over to the left. And right here, that trail that we took yesterday. The Tony Knowles Coastal Bike Path. Well, today is our last day here in Alaska. We are checking out of the majority of our rooms, and we have kept 2 rooms for a super late checkout because we don't fly out until this evening, tonight. Band and crew probably around, I believe it's 8:30. I don't fly out until like 10:15. So we're all doing the red-eye flight tonight back to our prospective home states for the most part. And I'm going back to Fresno, and guess what? It's supposed to be like 108 tomorrow in the Central Valley. That is not for me. So you know what I did? I immediately booked a campground up at Huntington Lake because whatever the temperature is down there in the valley, yes, it's 30 degrees cooler up there in altitude at Huntington Lake. I actually can't remember offhand what campground I booked. I think it's the Deer Creek campground. Honestly, it was whatever was available for the day I was looking for because it is filling up fast. If you want to get out camping this summer and you haven't made reservations, well, good luck to you because everything is filling up. And I'm speaking to you today on June 15th from Alaska, which is open for business. Pretty much has been for a little while now. People are still a little bit trepidatious about getting out. You know, the promoter said he was happy with the show. We got about 1,000 people through the door, but could have accommodated a lot more. And he thinks that a lot of people are hesitant to get out there, still not sure how to behave, especially in Alaska is a tricky situation because while One thing could be going on here in Anchorage, in the city. What's going on out there, down in those mountains and beyond, where people live out there? Well, they don't have hospitals, very little access to doctors. So if the COVID gets out there, if any kind of sickness gets out there, or if you break your arm when you're out there, you got to come all the way here into Anchorage for treatment, for care, and the medical facilities here. The caveat to that is, from what I hear, some of the best medical facilities and doctors here in Anchorage, Alaska, because of all the craziness that happens out there in the wild.